So today this will be my second video on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. I will also provide the link for my first video on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals in the description as well as comment section. So let us start this second session. This will be my second session on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So here we have United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs Sustainable Development. So the 17 goals, 169 targets, 3897 events, 1348 publications, 7836 actions. So we have various goals. In the previous video I had already explained what does these goals signify, what are the various sustainable development goals and what values they signify and why these sustainable development goals are important. All these things were already discussed in my first video on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So here let us to take a quick glance. First we need to take a quick glance because actually many people don't remember the 17 goals exactly. They have understood it actually, but they don't remember the 17 SDGs exactly. So first let us go through it and recap all the 17 goals. Number 1, no poverty. Number 2, zero hunger. Number 3, good health and well-being. Number 4, quality education. I had already explained what does these various goals signify in my first video. So now we are just going through it actually. Good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry innovation and infrastructure, reduced inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice and strong institutions, partnership for the goals. And do you know all 17 SDGs? So this one also you can get easily. I will also put this link in the description. So history. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development adopted by all United Nations member states in 2015 provides a shared blueprint for peace and prosperity for people and the planet now and into the future. At its heart and the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which are an urgent call for action by all countries developed and developing in a global partnership. They recognize that ending poverty and other deprivations must go hand in hand with strategies that improve health and education, reduce inequality, and spur economic growth, all while tackling climate change and working to preserve our oceans and forests. So it is actually a holistic approach. The sustainable development is actually a holistic approach. It is not about one thing. It is about overall development globally, and it is about doing some changes in order to make this world a better place to live in for everyone, and also and along with making this world a better place to live in, it also focuses on tackling climate change and preserves our oceans and forests, along with making this world a better place to live in. And it believes in global partnership. As the last goal says, partnership for goals. So it believes in global partnership and the sense of collective belonging and togetherness and oneness at a global level, because the world has already become a global village because of technological development. and we live in a global village actually. We live in a global village. I am taking this session from Bhubaneswar, but if someone is in Mumbai, someone is watching this by sitting in his home in Mumbai, someone may be in Delhi, someone might be in some foreign countries, but this he or she is able to see this video. So the world has become a global village actually. The SDGs, built on decades of work by countries and the UN, including the UN Department of Economic and Social Affairs. In June 1992, at the Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, more than 178 countries adopted Agenda 21, a comprehensive plan of action to build a global partnership for sustainable development to improve human lives and protect the environment. Actually, this video is completely based on worldly affairs, but it will also help the students who are preparing for various competitive exams and also class 10 students. This is most important for class 10 students because it will be quite helpful for them. This concept of sustainable development, various sustainable development goals, it will be helpful for class 10 CBSE students also. How? It is related to their first chapter in geography as well as economics. Your geography first chapter is resources and development, and your economics first chapter is development, mainly the development economics, how developing countries would need to become developed. In that chapter also, the last part is about sustainable development goals, and development economics is all about finding pathways for a developing country to become developed, and it analyzes both micro as well as macroeconomic factors. Development economics analyzes both micro and macroeconomic factors. This kind of knowledge is also essential for class 10 students if they want to succeed in their life. They analyze both micro and macroeconomic factors. Although these things are not written directly in NCERT book, but it improves the competency of students. And competency based questions are nowadays coming in the examinations. Okay. So the motto of this video was not actually for class 10 students. It was actually meant for United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. It is the part 2 of United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. I had already made the part 1 video long back. Okay. In June 1992, already told this. Human lives and protect the environment. A comprehensive plan of action to build a global partnership for sustainable development to improve human lives and protect the environment. This first point is actually explained in one box in your geography book in the first chapter, resources and development. I am speaking about the class 10 students, class 10 CBSE students. Okay. Member states unanimously adopted the Millennium Declaration at the Millennium Summit in September 2000 at UN headquarters at New York. The summit led to the elaboration of 8 Millennium Development Goals to reduce extreme poverty by 2015. Those who are curious and those who don't know what is 8 Millennium Development Goals, they can also click on this link and know. After the video, I am going to share the link in the comment section and also in the description of this video. Okay. The Johannesburg Declaration on Sustainable Development and the Plan of Implementation adopted at the World Summit on Sustainable Development in South Africa in 2002 reaffirmed the global community's commitments to poverty eradication and the environment and built on Agenda 21 and the Millennium Declaration by including more emphasis on multilateral partnerships. Actually, sustainable development is closely related to two concepts actually. millennium development and national development. But this millennium development and national development are quite small. Sustainable development is more important. It is a broader concept, and it is the concept of this present generation now. Millennium development has already taken place mostly. Sustainable development is the only concern now, not millennium development or mere national development. It has to be understood and realized. The Johannesburg Declaration, by including more emphasis on multilateral partnerships. Okay. At the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development, Rio Plus 20 in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, in June 12, member states adopted the outcome document, The Future We Want, in which they decided inter alia to launch a process to develop a set of SDGs to build upon the MDGs and to establish UN high level political forum on sustainable development. What is that? One can also click on this blue link and know what is UN high level political forum on sustainable development. The Rio Plus 20 outcome also contained other measures for implementing sustainable development, including mandates for future programs of work in development, financing small island developing states and more. Okay. In 2013, the General Assembly set up a 30-member open working group to develop a proposal on the SDGs. In January 2015, the General Assembly began the negotiation process on the post-2015 development agenda. Okay. The process culminated in the subsequent adoption of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development with 17 SDGs at its core at the UN Sustainable Development Summit in September 2015. 2015 was a landmark year for multilateralism and international policy shaping with the adoption of several major agreements. 2015, it was a landmark year. So various agreements, let us look at them. Various agreements that which were signed in the year 2015. Sendal Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction. Disaster management is also a burning issue. Those who are interested to make their career in disaster management, it is also a good decision. It is a growing career actually. Those who are from science background mainly or management background and are interested for disaster management, they should go for it as their career as well. Lot of opportunities are there. Addis Ababa Action Agenda on Financing for Development, July 2015. Transforming Our World, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development with its 17 SDGs was adopted at the UN Sustainable Development Summit in the New York in September 2015. Paris Agreement on Climate Change, December 2015. Now the annual high-level political forum on sustainable development serves as the central UN platform for the follow-up and review of the SDGs. Today the Division for Sustainable Development Goals (DSDG) in the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs (UNDESA) provides substantive support and capacity building for the SDGs and the related thematic issues including water, energy, climate, oceans, urbanization, transport, science and technology, Global Sustainable Development Report (GSTR), partnerships and small island developing states. One can also, by clicking on these blue links, one can also know better about these things. If one is interested, one can also know better about these things by clicking on these blue links. Okay. DSDG plays a key role in the evaluation of UN system-wide implementation of the 2030 Agenda and on advocacy and outreach activities relating to the SDGs. In order to make the 2030 Agenda a reality, broad ownership of the SDGs must translate into a strong commitment by all stakeholders to implement the global goals. DSTG aims to help facilitate this engagement. Follow DSTG on Facebook at the rate www.facebook.com/Dev and Twitter at @Dev. I am also going to share all these links. Thank you. Thank you everyone for watching and providing support. Hope you like this video.